Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Always Compete Seahawks podcast. I am Sam. That is Mike, and today we are back talking about the Seahawks with the 2021 schedule release. We had known their opponents ever since the end of the year last year, but now we know the official order and what times and all that stuff. So we're going to be breaking that down. So overall, real quick, I just want to ask Mike, before we kind of get into the specifics, just looking at the schedule, what do you think?
I don't think it's anything too difficult. Like we don't have to face like the Chiefs, or we don't have to go against like the Bills last year. We don't have to play the Buccaneers. Like these are a lot of teams that I think could be really, really hard games. And I think with the exception of like Green Bay, who might not even have their quarterback, we don't have any truly, truly hard out of division games. So I think we got actually pretty lucky with the schedule.
Yeah. So now we're actually going to get into the schedule a little bit. The two divisions, the way that if you don't really stay on top of the NFL, the way it usually works is that teams, one division will face one division in the NFC and one division in the AFC, like one full division slate. Last year, I think it was the AFC East and the NFC East. Oh yeah, the AFC East and the NFC East for us last year.
Yeah.
We played all 8 of those teams. This year, as always, it's no different. This year we play the NFC North and the AFC South, arguably the 2 easiest divisions in each conference, which
Yep.
is very, very nice. You
Be
love
careful.
to see it.
Be careful what you say about the Bears, man. Just be careful. I'm just gonna say.
I don't know, bro, but I really like these divisions. We could have gotten something way worse, and I'm very grateful that we didn't. And we had talked about this in a previous episode. Ben Roethlisberger and the Steelers are the team that will be facing from the AFC North. Pretty much the way it worked, as the 17th game, they went through and they attached a division to each other, and they ranked those teams by how they ranked last year. So the NFC West was with the AFC North, and the Seahawks got paired up against the Steelers because we both won the division.
Thank you, Steelers, for starting 11-0. Really
Thank you.
appreciate it.
Thank you. The Rams are playing the Ravens.
Ravens.
The Cardinals are playing the Browns. The Cardinals are playing the Browns, and the 49ers are playing the Bengals. That's how it kind of worked out. And honestly, we may have gotten the second easiest game out of all those teams. And I'm grateful that they were not like, all right, AFC West, let's go.
Woo.
No, I was not.
Hey,
I was not going to do that.
Russ is undefeated versus Mahomes. That's all I'm saying.
I think that kind of just ends the debate right there. I mean,
yeah.
I
don't want to hear
more. How many, Russ versus Rodgers in the NFC Championship? Russ is undefeated. So
I don't know.
You can't. That kind of kills the debate right there. That's it.
Exactly.
I mean,
exactly.
Except for Tom Brady, we don't talk about Tom Brady.
Yeah, no.
But
Tom Brady is a different breed.
I really like how the schedule worked out for us. Let's kind of break down some of the most important games. Week 1, we travel to Indianapolis. It is a 1 p.m. Eastern time, 10 a.m. West Coast time game. So real quick, what do you think about this Week 1 matchup against what I think will be a pretty solid team in the Indianapolis Colts?
I think the Colts are going to be a very solid team, but I like playing them earlier in the year because, new quarterback, they've got some new guys on defense. I think this team isn't going to be gelled just yet, and I think Carson Wentz will have that adjusting period. So I think if there's a time to play the Colts, it's earlier in the year before they kind of get in their groove. It always seems like at midseason they kind of find their stride and they carry that. So playing them Week 1 is, in my opinion, good because we're basically the same team, and they obviously have a brand new quarterback. So I think Week 1 is a good matchup to play the Colts.
Yeah, especially because their newest left tackle, Eric Fisher, won't be playing until October, which is very good. Not for Eric Fisher, obviously, or for the Colts, but for us because we will face them with a weaker offensive line.
Right.
Some other notable games. We are playing Minnesota, not in Seattle, for the first time in what seems like maybe a decade.
Seems like we play Minnesota in Seattle every year.
And in prime time for like the last 3 years.
Yeah, it just feels like that's just the thing.
In 2018, we played them on Monday. In 2019, we played them in Monday, both in Seattle. And then last year, we played them on Sundays, night football, in Seattle as well. So this year, it is a normal 4:25 kickoff in Minnesota. Good change of pace. I like to see that. Another thing also, the governor of Washington just said that by June 20th, he will sign a bill that will approve of outdoor venues having 100% capacity.
Woo!
Which means that Century Link Field will officially
Lumen Field.
Lumen.
Yeah,
Lumen.
not to kill the
Century Lumen Field
Lumen Field. Yes.
will have or could have
People
100% capacity.
Really quick tidbit here. People have, non-Seahawks fans have talked to me, and more specifically Niners fans, who I'm not going to mention, but if you're watching this, you know who you are. They're like, Mike, who did the Seahawks even gain, bro? We gained the 12s. We gained the 12s back. We got the 12s back.
And that's a stupid question. That is kind of a stupid question.
Yeah. Well,
that is a bad question. That is an objectively stupid question.
Yes.
But
if nothing else, we've gotten the 12s back, and that is just so incredible.
Yeah, to me. That's amazing. That's amazing. Looking at this, some other notable games. We go through this weird stretch of week 5, 6, and 7 where we play the Rams, Steelers, and Saints, where those are 3 straight primetime games. We go from Thursday playing the Rams to Sunday playing the Steelers on Sunday night, and then the Saints on Monday night. All in a 3-week stretch, which is interesting. I've never seen that before, ever. So my blood pressure will be
absolutely
through the roof for those 3 weeks.
I think hospital sales must be down in Seattle, and they were like, "Hey, Roger Goodell, we're gonna need help admitting some more patients to the ER."
The Seattle hospital is like, we do not have enough patients right now.
Right.
So
we're gonna need some heart attacks, Mr. Goodell.
We're gonna need some big issues here. But
yeah, of course.
And also something interesting, we don't end the season in the traditional way, which is back-to-back division games. We do not end the season like that. Instead, we play the Lions in week 17, and then we play the Cardinals at
I
cursed field.
I love that for 2 reasons. Number one, if we're in a position where hey, we're kind of fighting for a playoff spot, we're fighting for the division, we're fighting for seeding, whatever. You know how much of a blessing it is to play the Lions with Jared Goff.
And then we play the Bears the week before that.
I'm not gonna comment too much on that one, but anyway, playing the Cardinals week 18. I mean, we really that scared of the Cardinals? I mean, I don't know. I don't think I am. So I think whereas in previous years where we had to face the 49ers in week 17 to
the Rams in week 16, 49ers in week 17. Even last year the 49ers were kind of underrated throughout the whole year. I mean, they weren't good. No. But they were kind of underrated with their defense. They still had a great defense. And you want to talk about gains. The Seahawks gained the future Andy Reid of the NFL in Shane Waldron.
Waldron, baby.
While the 49ers and the Rams lost their defensive masterminds. So I don't care what you say. That's a win in Seattle's book.
100%
honestly.
a win. 100%. So, and the Cardinals have Cliff Kingsbury. So
yeah, I mean, the Cardinals don't really have anything.
It's just a Fail Mary. That's pretty much what it is.
Honestly, Fail Mary part 2. Honestly, that's kind of what it is.
Yeah.
But we're going to go through each week, give a quick little breakdown to that game, and at the end, then we're going to kind of give a roster projection, or not a roster projection, a record projection. Nice.
Yes.
So week 1, we already kind of talked about the Colts. Quick breakdown. I think I like this matchup because Russell Wilson is undefeated versus Carson Wentz in his career. Even the year where they were really good and we missed the playoffs, we still beat them. Yes. So looking at it, I like it. I like the matchup. I don't think Carson Wentz – I think Carson Wentz would be better.
Okay, so
but
I think for every game we should give our win-loss prediction. You think we beat Indianapolis week 1?
Want to give a score too, or
let's do score. Let's do score. So all right, I'm gonna go with
keep a record of this. So
I will.
Colts week 1. I'm thinking this is a win. I think we will win this game. The Seahawks are pretty strong at 1 p.m. games for whatever reason.
Yes.
I'm gonna say 27-21 Seahawks.
I'm going to go Seahawks win 24-20. I think the Seahawks are in control most of the game, but maybe we do something stupid at the end. And we have this game under control.
I can call this game quarter by quarter. first 3 quarters, we are up like 21-6. We're like, man, this game is great. The Seahawks are back. We're destroying a good team. And then all of a sudden in the fourth quarter, the offense is going to suck. Russ is going to throw a pick. Carson Wentz is going to catch fire. But the clock will run out a second before.
Yeah.
Carson Wentz can get that game winner. I can predict how that game's going to go.
Hold on. I'm going to pause it really quick. Hold on. So, just with the Colts, I think, honestly, that we're going to start this game off pretty strong and kind of fade out a little bit. It's typically how we start the season. Remember a couple years ago when we beat the Bengals by a point? Remember that game?
Yeah, that game was horrible.
We collapsed in the second half. I don't think we played a great game, but I think we win, and a win's a win. So that's my week 1 prediction. 24-20.
I think we win too. Week 2, I think that this is like a kind of one of those weeks where like we should win, but I feel like it's gonna be a loss. It's versus the Titans at home. Like overall, I don't, for some reason I'm getting like that kind of vibes from this game, just like this game we should win on paper. Like we're better, we have a better defense, we have a better quarterback, we have a better receiving core, we have maybe even a better O-line, because I don't even know if Taylor Lewan's gonna be healthy week 1. So like on paper, this looks like a game that we should win, but like I feel like this is a game where we just like let Derrick Henry dominate us. And I think it's going to be one of those kind of games where like one player on one team just goes insane for no reason and we have no answer for them. I mean, it happens a couple times. It happens like a couple times a year for us. Like Darius Williams against the Seahawks in week 11 or whatever it was. Like Darius Williams was flat out unstoppable. This man looked like prime Richard Sherman out there. We could not get a ball past him. I think that's going to happen with Derrick Henry this week. I'm going to give it a high-scoring, like, shootout kind of game, like 34-30 final. It's one of those games where we get close, but we just can't wrap it up.
I completely disagree. I think we absolutely dominate the Titans. I do know that if they're going to win, it's going to be because of Derrick Henry, but I think that we laser in on Derrick Henry. They lost Arthur Smith. They lost Corey Davis. They lost Jonnu Smith. Their defense is not good. They don't have good corners. They don't have a good pass rush. Their linebackers aren't that good. I think we absolutely dominate them. I feel very good about this game, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think that, like, on paper, we are a tier above the Titans.
So you're just you think we should win, but you just have like the feeling.
Once again, I like to have like a realistic kind of projection style. So like every year, I usually put in like one game that we lose for no reason.
The Giants.
Once again, like last year, the Giants. It happens. It happens, man. We have that game where for no absolute reason we lose. And we put up a stinker. Every team has it. It happens to everyone. So that's like going to be one of those games, in my opinion.
Yeah. All right. Week 3. What do you think about week 3, Sam?
Week 3, we own the Vikings. Like, we own them. We own them. They don't – last year, they were up like 14-0, I think, at half. 14-0.
Yeah.
And we win off a Russell Wilson game-winning drive. I mean, I don't think that this is going to be really a super competition. I like their defense versus our offense. I think that secondary-wise, we totally wipe them off the map. And I just think that DK versus
Patrick
Peterson. Yeah.
Tyler Lockett had about 500 yards, 6 touchdowns the last time he played Patrick Peterson. So
he had half of his yards in that game. So I'm pretty comfortable with that. And then what? There's like I don't even like who.
Well, they just traded Mike Hughes, so it's not even Mike Hughes anymore.
He's from Mississippi State. I can't remember his name. Dantzler. DK cooked him on a stop and go, and he totally misplayed the ball, and DK caught it on a 4th and 10. So you know what? I'm not concerned about this game. I think that Kirk Cousins just he doesn't know football well. He doesn't. He does not know football well. I legitimately think that Kirk Cousins looks at a football field and does not know what to do. He's just like, Thielen, Justin Jefferson. He's always been blessed with like one elite weapon. Like even like when he was in Washington, he had Jordan Reed, who was in his prime and was like goddamn George Kittle before George Kittle. So I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
Couldn't
I
agree
think
with you
this is
more. I feel
I
like
think this
this
game.
game is a win for sure, but I feel like the scoreboard, like the Vikings are like randomly gonna play really good for like a quarter and a half, and we're gonna be like, oh, this is gonna be our first game where we start sweating. In my opinion, it's like, oh, the Vikings really gonna beat us, really, and then we'll just pull some off in the end, and we're gonna win. But when you look back, the game was never really that much in doubt. So I do think we win, week 3 against the Vikings. Trust me, I will predict a loss at some point. And unfortunately, that's coming up with this game right here. I'm taking the Seahawks to lose to the 49ers in the first week. Now, do I think that we can beat the 49ers? Absolutely. I'm not shaking in my boots over the 49ers, but I do think that they will beat us once this season. And I'd honestly rather have them beat us early in the year than later in the year. Early in October, you know what I mean? I feel like Jimmy G will still be standing upright. I feel like they'll have a chance. I would be as a Seahawks fan happier to play Trey Lance this early because I don't think he's ready just yet. So I'd want to play Jimmy G. I think he'll be healthy. I think hopefully, for the 49ers sake, they aren't all on the injured reserve list by week 4. So we'll have to play against Kittle, Bosa, Jimmy G, all of those guys. I did think we lose. I think it's close, but I'm going to predict us to lose 31-24.
Yeah, I feel you. Overall, my predictions kind of go always like this in the NFC West. No matter how bad the teams are, I always have the Seahawks splitting the division right down the middle at 3-3. I think that's usually how the NFC West kind of goes. And I think about it like this. Everybody has someone's number in the NFC West. The Seahawks have the 49ers number, right? The 49ers have the Rams number. The Rams have the Cardinals number, and the Cardinals have the 49ers number. Like, it's like a consistent kind of like rotation that never ends. Like, the Seahawks will beat the 49ers will beat the Rams will beat the Seahawks, and then the Cardinals will beat the 49ers, and then the whole cycle starts over again.
It's a
So,
very big game of rock, paper, scissors. It's National Football League rock, paper, scissors for sure.
yeah, literally. So, overall, I think that we do lose this game as well. I think you're spot on. This is my second loss of the year. So at this point, the Seahawks would be 2-2, but I have us picking it up in the next couple weeks. So
yeah. So after that, good little decent stretch here. We play 3 straight primetime games. So we go from playing the Niners on October 3rd to the Rams on October 7th. Thursday night football game. Unfortunately, I'm also going to give the Seahawks an L. I think what's going good for us is that we have prime time, which I think is very good. Although I think that the loss combined with the fact that we're going to have to play on Thursday night, limited rest, I just think the Rams defense, I think it's going to be a low scoring game. And I think the Rams defense is going to be better in that aspect. So I'm going to take the Rams to win 20-17 on Thursday night football. So right now in mind, we are 3-2.
all right. So here's where I'm going to disagree with you here. I think that the Seahawks will beat the Rams in their first game of the year. I think this for a couple reasons. Lumen is going to be full, hopefully, on a primetime game with Matt Stafford playing his first game at CenturyLink or / Lumen since the 2017 playoffs.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I think that is a good recipe for us, especially because I think that one major thing that's going to come into this is Shane Waldron. I think that Shane Waldron I'm not saying he's going to know the Rams defensive schemes. I think the Rams are going to have a tougher time picking out our offensive schemes with a more complex offense. That's what I think.
100% agree with you that this is the Shane Waldron game, because if we go and we play the Rams Thursday night football and our offense looks very, very good, the team that was our kryptonite the two games last year, honestly, all 3 games, their defense was amazing. If we go and we beat them, that shows me A, he's a good offensive coordinator. B, he can beat the Rams, which we weren't able to do last year. And C, him and Russ are gelling well. And all 3 of those things are very good signs. So I would love the Seahawks to win, obviously.
Yeah. I think that the Seahawks will win this one just because of the home factor and at the prime time, Lumen's hopping. I have the Seahawks winning this game 25. Weird score. I'm just going to say weird score.
Seattle always has a weird score. Like, they're incapable of playing a weird game.
Yeah, 25-17. Give me 21. 25-21 Seahawks beat the Rams on Thursday. And I'm going to jump in here with a little bit of mid-podcast breaking news. Per his Instagram, it looks like Dwayne Eskridge has officially signed his contract with the Seahawks.
Nice.
Rookie minicamp starts tomorrow, so we'll drop some stuff on that.
Very cool. Very cool.
If there's any clips or anything cool to talk about. But moving on, the Steelers in Week 6 on NBC.
Maddox, come on now, baby. Come on now, Maddox.
Come to
This
daddy.
is also my birthday game. This is also my birthday game.
Happy way early birthday, because I'm not going to remember, but happy way early birthday.
Thank you.
I think that this is that one game that the Seahawks have every year where we're like, this game might be a challenge. Like looking at like the paper, like they have a good defense, you know, this game might be a challenge. And then we go in and we look pretty clean the whole game.
Yeah.
It's going to be one of those games. Like the Seahawks have a couple of those every year.
You know what this game is? You know what this game is? It's the Patriots game from last year. Russell Wilson is going to just go absolutely ballistic, and everyone's going to be like, okay, Russell Wilson MVP. He has like one game like that every single year, early in the year, where
especially against a good defense. Against a good
where
defense.
He throws where like a good defense, good coach, and all that in prime time, where he just goes absolutely ballistic, and everyone's like, okay, yeah, Russ MVP. That's what we're gonna have. That's the Russ MVP game right there. So I'm sorry to cut you off.
I'm sorry. It's no biggie. I have the Seahawks winning in a pretty decent landslide here. I have 31-17. The Seahawks will win this one. Double-digit win. I think that our defense is looking really nice against the Steelers' O-line, and I'm liking it. So
I like 38-17. I'll do you one better. I think we absolutely obliterate them.
21?
I don't think the Steelers are very good. Like their defense their secondary is outside of Minka Fitzpatrick not good. Their pass rush got worse by losing Bud Dupree. Their linebackers are meh. I mean, they might be able, like TJ Watt is a problem. I agree. But outside of that, man, I'm really not too worried.
Yeah, and their secondary, like their corners aren't great. They cut Steven Nelson, who's arguably their best corner. I'm liking this matchup. Jeff, that's all I'm saying. I'm liking it a lot. And I'm also liking this matchup for like a weird reason. Week 7 versus the Saints on Monday night. This would be like the exact game that I would not like. Like I have certain games where I look at it and I'm like, something seems fishy about this game. Like last year versus Washington in Week 15, that was my game. I'm like, bro, this game seems off. This game, like it has like a vibe to it that doesn't feel right. And obviously we won, but we snuck out versus Dwayne Haskins. So that's not great. So I was kind of right in a way.
Yeah.
This seems like the kind of game where I'd be like, man, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. But I'm getting good vibes from it, mainly because of their quarterback.
Yeah. Can I tell you my prediction for this game? And I don't think I've ever predicted this. I predicted this game will go into overtime and that we will win because Jameis Winston throws a pick in overtime. That's how we win. I'm predicting that right now.
Yeah, I'm going to go with a little bit of a different thing. I think that our offense has a relatively tough time. It's one of those games like the Eagles game from last year where both offenses are having a tough time, but our offense is having a less tough time. You know what I mean? So like I have like Seahawks were like 20-10, like a low scoring game where we kind of just have it the whole game. And that's what I'm predicting into this one.
Yeah, no, I can see. And that's, by the way, that's our third straight primetime game. We go Thursday night, Sunday night, Monday night. So,
and I have us sweeping that series. So that would be huge. If
I have us losing the first game and then winning out after that. Nice. Halloween, we're playing the Jacksonville Jaguars. I hate to break it to you, Trevor Lawrence, but you're going to be seeing Carlos Dunlap in your nightmares. I think this game is just an ass wiping. I really do think I think we wiped the floor with them.
Especially in Seattle. You know how
in
loud
Seattle
it's gonna
on
be?
Halloween. Can you imagine the 12s on Halloween just shouting at Trevor Lawrence? Like Trevor Lawrence is going to go to bed that night and he's going to hear like ringing in his head because of how loud the Seahawks fans were. I think we absolutely destroy them. I think our biggest priority is obviously Trevor Lawrence, rookie quarterback in Lumen Field. I really don't like that if I'm a Jaguars fan. So I'm going to take the Seahawks 27-10. I think.
Do you remember the last time that a rookie quarterback played in Seattle? Like I'm legitimately trying to think about it. It didn't happen last year, right? It did not happen last year.
Don't think so.
I'm pretty sure.
Was it
So
Kyler?
it might have been
Kyler 2
Kyler
years ago?
Murray, but he got hurt like after the
Yeah.
first quarter, and Brett Hundley stepped in and won the game.
Yeah.
Former Seahawks shout out. But
Yeah.
you know, I can't remember the last time, and I don't think that's a good sign for any rookie quarterbacks out there. So
No.
I agree with you. I think Seattle's going to mop the floor with them. I have like a good old 35-14
Yeah.
butt whooping in this game.
This should be the game where we win by like 2 or 3 touchdowns, but it'll come down to a last second Jason Myers field goal. And like we're gonna like barely escape. We're gonna win, but it's like gonna be insanely close for some reason.
So week 9 bye, week 10. This is the game, man. This is the game where Seahawks Twitter collapses. I'm just gonna say that right now. This is that game at Green Bay. Nothing ever good happens in Green Bay.
No.
I'm sure all Seahawks fans remember we lost in the playoffs at Green Bay off of a bogus first down call. We lost. We had that game where we got absolutely shellacked versus the Packers. I think it was like 2016. We went in. It was like 45-7 final or something like that. It was insane. I mean, nothing good ever happens when the Seahawks go to Green Bay. It's a different story when they come to us, but whenever we go to Green Bay, it's always a bad story.
Now, I will say, I just playing in Green Bay is just not a good thing for like Green Bay is one of the best home field advantages.
Yeah, and it's not because like they're like loud or anything. Like there's just like a feel about that stadium.
It's
just
the frozen tundra for a reason. And it won't be that. Wait, when would that be?
It would be in November. Like early November. Yeah.
Mid-November. Yeah, it'll be snowing in Green Bay probably.
Yeah, it'll be 11 inches of snow in Green Bay for no reason. And I don't like this. I don't like this. This is gonna be that game where Seahawks Twitter is like fire Pete Carroll, fire Shane Waldron, fire Ken Norton, trade Russ, rebuild, everything's
cut
going.
DK Metcalf.
Cut DK.
Relocate the team.
Draft pass. I have a 38-17 loss for the Seahawks in this one.
I'm a little nicer. I'm gonna go 28-20. I think it's one of those games where the score is closer than the actual game. But
oh no, I think it's one of those games where like you were like, Jesus Christ, what has gone wrong with the Seahawks?
Aaron Rodgers is gonna bend us over backwards.
I'm not even saying Aaron Rodgers is gonna bend us over backwards. I'm saying like the Seahawks it's gonna be more the Seahawks playing really badly than the Packers playing really well. That's what I'm gonna say.
We're gonna fumble like 3 times.
Yeah, Russ is gonna have it's gonna be like the Buffalo game last year. We're gonna have like 5 turnovers.
That's what I said. Yeah.
Like the last 4 games before that, like Russ is gonna be like, oh my God, this guy's the MVP. He's throwing 4 touchdowns a game, and he's gonna go to Green Bay, and we're gonna get our butt stamped on by Green Bay, and the game is gonna be. And Russell Wilson's gonna be like, it's Trevor Lawrence MVP season. Like that's what it's gonna be like.
Yeah, this is the point in the season where Mahomes overtakes Russell Wilson for the MVP.
And then that one unknown comes like way later and wins it in week 17.
Josh Allen just out of like left field comes in and wins it.
Daniel Jones just out of left field. Kenny Galladay starts taking over. Just
Daniel Jones, which is with his 35 handoffs a game. I can't speak. The thought of Daniel Jones winning MVP just melted my brain and I couldn't speak there. Next week.
Yeah, Arizona.
Revenge game. Seattle plays very well the game after they get embarrassed. Like last year when we got embarrassed by the Giants, we came back and we
won 40-3.
We whooped the Jets.
Like it was like an all-time butt whooping. It was
so
ridiculous.
I think that we definitely beat the Cardinals by a good amount. I'm gonna go probably 31-13 is what I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I think by this point people have realized that the Cardinals are low-key frauds. Like that's what they're gonna realize. The people are gonna be like, wow, J.J. Watt only has 4 sacks by midseason. That's pretty bad.
Kyler Murray is just to DeAndre Hopkins, and that's their offense is just hope D-Hop gets open.
You know, I don't think that. I think that Seattle will win this game.
Yeah,
comfortably for the Seahawks. I have 31-21, 31-21 final.
Okay, so I can mess with that. I can mess with that. Next week we play once again around the same time. Actually, we play the Washington football team. I think
once again,
win.
I every year, like I said, I have that game where I look at the schedule and I'm like, Man, I don't like this game. This is that game. This is that game for me
That
this
random
year.
game that you should win.
Yeah, I look at it. I'm like, okay, Fitzpatrick, he's decent. He's a serviceable quarterback. Okay, Antonio Gibson, he's going to get better. Terry McLaurin and Curtis Samuel. Okay, that's enough. Logan Thomas, who's coming off a pretty good year. Okay, that's cool. Nice. Oh, their offensive line also isn't bad. Oh, that's decent. Oh wow,
Yeah.
they have a top 3 defensive line in the NFL. Okay, that's solid. Their linebackers suck, but that's okay. They're cool. Oh, they just got William Jackson in free agency. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. And then they have 2 young safeties who are on the up and coming. I hate this game. Across the board, I hate it. But I think we're going to win. 21-17 final.
I said 21-18. That's actually crazy that we were very, very close.
Nice.
I think this is the game late in the year where our offense doesn't look great, but our defense like balls out.
Yeah, like Fitzpatrick's going to throw like 3 picks or something like that.
Yeah, and then the whole Ken Kendron Jr. will be, he's the greatest defensive coordinator in the league.
We need to extend him. He's top 5.
Carroll's a genius. Yeah, Pete Carroll's a genius. So I think that's a win. Next, we've got the San Francisco 49ers, December 5th at night.
Frauds. The
at
fraudy
night.
Whiners.
And guess what? We win. We absolutely win. This is a late game. 49ers at this point will be, I don't want to say exposed, but there's a blueprint to beat the 49ers, and people will have figured it out, and the Seahawks will have figured it out. And, by this time, the Seahawks, their new additions will have gelled a little bit. They'll be kind of in their groove.
Akello Witherspoon revenge game. I'm calling it.
Bold
prediction. Akello Witherspoon will win Defensive Player of the Week. Bold prediction.
Oh, wow.
Mark it down. I'm saying Akello Witherspoon's going to have a pick 6 in this game. We can write it. But
I'm going to say Kerry Hyder has at least 2 sacks. I think Kerry
Hyder breaks the sack record.
Kerry Hyder has
breaks
10.
the sacks record.
Just destroy
any other
Jimmy
former
Garoppolo.
Seahawks on the roster? I mean, any other former 49ers on the roster?
Corner.
DJ Reed.
DJ Reed. Yes.
DJ Reed's going to have 4 picks.
Richard Sherman, when he comes back, absolutely goes. Dude, all of our corners, just the Niners.
just destroy. Just like everybody.
They know what Jimmy G's going to do before he does it. He turns around. They're already ready for the pick. Yeah. No. Just his Niner demolition.
I'm not saying it's gonna be a demolition by any means. I say the Seahawks win 27-24 in a closey.
Yeah, some close like that. But I think this is a statement win where it's oh shit, the Seahawks are
it's that December moment where people are like, whoa, I thought the Seahawks were just that team that got blown out by the Packers. What's going on?
Yeah, and
they're back.
Yeah, holy crap. Russ MVP, and then now it's instead of exclamation point, it's a question mark. It's
Russ MVP, and then the next week he throws 4 picks, and then it's
whoa. Hey, so next week we play the Texans, and by God, if we lose to the Texans, I don't know what
I live in Connecticut. I will personally walk to the VMAC and yell at Pete. I will yell at him. I will.
Yeah.
Me and Sam. His face.
We'll make a road trip to Seattle if we lose to the Texans.
Not even a road trip. Me and Mike will get on e-scooters, and we will ride down the highways to get
wheelie
to
it.
Seattle.
We'll get the sneakers, the wheelies, and we'll just wheelie it all the way.
The Heelys or the heel. We're go on Heelys to Seattle.
We pull up. We're stop. We're Pete Carroll.
We drifted.
Okay, so realistically speaking,
this is the game. This is the game where Seahawks Twitter rejoices. This is the game right here.
If Deshaun Watson does not play, if Deshaun Watson plays and he goes crazy, maybe. Still, we should beat him. If Deshaun Watson does not play in this game for whatever reason, and we lose, delete the franchise.
We may as well be demoted to the XFL.
Go back. Go to college. I don't know what to tell you. The Texans are probably going to have the number 1 pick next year.
Listen, 42-11. 42-11 final. Pencil it in.
This is the Jets game from last year. That should be the
I think it's at the same week too, is it not? Same week.
Yes.
Yeah, week 14.
Yes.
It's perfect.
Then we play the Rams.
Yeah, this is the game that we lose right here.
We lose this game for sure.
This is the game where Matt Stafford has 8 touchdowns.
Oh yeah, this is the game where the Rams get super hot at the end of the year. Aaron Donald is close to 20 sacks.
Throwing Damian Lewis with one arm. Doing the Reggie White move.
Jalen Ramsey is just eliminating a receiver from
Jalen Ramsey is glued on to DK Metcalf. He cannot go anywhere.
And then
Matt
Matthew Stafford is good.
Robert
and he
Woods is somehow open on every play, just like no matter where he's
Cooper
open.
Kupp on a 3-yard drag route is just there always for some reason.
It's gonna be that kind of game. It's gonna be that kind of game.
I just realized I have us losing both games to the Rams, and honestly, I think that's.
Yeah. I think that's false. Honestly, I think that the NFC West can't help but split the series no matter what. I have us losing this game by a decent amount. I have 31-22 final. 31-22 final. I think Jason Myers misses a PAT in there somewhere, and
that's such a random prediction. I think we miss like a PAT. We lose by 12, but like we miss a PAT somewhere in there. All right.
Well, I'm gonna drop a bold prediction for the remaining games. Here we go.
We should have done that the whole year. Okay. Anyway, you go ahead and take the next game because
week 16. Mike is a little conflicted on this game. I don't know if he can talk. We're going to shellac the Chicago Bears. Once again, if Justin Fields starts, I think we lose this game. I'm gonna come clean. I think if Justin Fields starts, we lose this game. If Andy Dalton is playing, Andy Dalton will not be able to wake up the next morning.
I tell you what, Andy Dalton will not be starting in this game. I can almost guarantee it.
Guess what? We're still gonna win. I don't care what I just said.
I would put a very significant amount of money that Justin Fields is playing in this
game. Bold prediction. I think DK Metcalf goes for 150. It's a DK Metcalf kind of game. I think DK goes for 150. And a super bold prediction, I think that Pete Carroll will refuse to go for it on 4th and 1 at the Chicago 11-yard line, and we'll kick a field goal, and Jason Myers will miss said field goal. That's my bold prediction.
These are things that, like, I'm going to watch this video, like, at the end of that year, and I'm going to be like, how did he – that's so random, yet he's just dead accurate.
I get it. I'm going to get everything right. Yeah.
I think on the third play of the game, there's a personal foul by Damian Lewis, 15 yards. I don't know. I just have, like, a feeling, dude.
It's just like a gut feeling in there.
The Bears are going to have 113 yards of penalties. I don't know, man. It's just like something I'm feeling.
And Mike goes back. He's like,
damn.
He's like connecting the puzzle pieces. He's
we're
like
going to
the board on the wall.
Yeah.
He's like,
like, oh, shit. Sam, we're buying lottery
tickets. Got the string. He's connecting it all together. But, yeah, I think that this is a game that we will win. You know, it's kind of easy. I think that the Seahawks will win 35-26.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right,
this game is going to be hard for me because all my family is Bears fans and they're going to be in for Christmas. So wish me luck, obviously.
Tough for you. It's definitely tough for you.
Thank you.
I will FaceTime you post game.
Yeah.
If the Seahawks win.
I
will shout at your family.
If I do not answer the phone, it is because I have been killed.
I have been murdered.
I have been dead.
I have been murdered by the Chicago Mafia.
I just answer the phone and I'm like screaming, like, ah! And you're like, oh, he's dead.
I'm like, well.
You're like, oh, well, he's dead.
Emergency pod.
Let's hope that we win the next game against the Lions.
Yeah, I would hope. One would hope. Bold prediction, Michael Brockers has 4 sacks.
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Michael Brockers, like, the week before, they're like, all right, Mike, like, you're going to be a free agent. He's like, all right, I'm about to go fucking demon
bold
time.
Prediction, he's also going to line up specifically over Ethan Posick. Over Ethan Posick, 4 sacks. And the Seahawks will win this game 38-10.
So we just demolish them but Michael Brockers is like, you guys suck. He's like,
Michael Brockers is like putting the whole team on his back. And Michael Brockers will score all 10 points.
He's like in the backfield every play.
Michael Brockers will score all 10 points. He'll get a fumble recovery touchdown, and then they'll bring him on to kick a field goal late.
Yeah. No, he'll just
like an Ndamukong Suh type thing. The same team, by the way. These dots.
He scores 1 touchdown and gets 2 safeties off the other 2 sacks.
Just
like, damn, this guy's good.
Touchdown and miss the PAT. Because once again, he has to score everything. Touchdown, misses PAT, gets 2 safeties.
They can't actually like do anything. They just throw screen passes to the other side of the field just to avoid Michael Brockers. Because they're like, nope.
Ross bootleg immediately. Snap, run. Yeah. But yeah, once again, game that we should win. Handily.
Yes, please.
And if we don't, there's issues.
Very much. Can you imagine like going into the playoffs and losing to the Lions? Like that's such a confidence killer. We could be like at that point 15-0, and then we'll lose to the Lions. We'll go into the playoffs 16-1, and I'll be like, dude, we lost to the fucking Lions.
Like, how is this possible? Once again, would rather lose to the Lions than the Texans. Honestly, I'm just saying the Lions at least.
Watch Jared Goff is just in his room. He's like, the Seahawks.
Jared Goff is watching this podcast as we speak, and he's like, "Damn right." He has a Jared Goff.
I think you're slick, Jared. I got the analytics right here. We know you ain't slick, bro. We know you watching the podcast.
Yeah, we can see everything. And finally, Week 18, Arizona. I think that we lose this game because it's at State Farm Stadium. We'll predict that there will be an injury that will hurt the Seahawks heavily in the playoffs. That's my bold prediction.
It's gonna be like Chris Carson or something. Like, that's what it's gonna be. It's gonna be like
it's gonna be like Bobby Wagner and
Marshawn. We're gonna need you to come out of retirement again, dog.
Yeah, Marshawn. Chris somehow like ruptured his kidney. We don't know how. Just happened.
Yeah. Hey, bro. Like we got all the Skittles that you want. Just we really need you.
And we're gonna bring back Robert Turbin. Bold prediction. Robert Turbin re-signs mid-game and gets to the field and scores a touchdown to win the game.
He's like watching the game with his kids and stand up. Pete's like, "Hey, come here.
Hey, we got pads. We got pads for you. We got money post-game. Come on down. Come on down."
He's like, "Oh man." He's like jogging down the steps. He just jumps over. The security guard's like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa."
He's like all fat. He's like all fat. He's like all fat. Like he's like gained weight.
He's eating like nachos with his kids. Like, oh. It's like his dad taught him to the dishes or something. He's like, oh.
Yeah, but overall, I think that we would lose this game. I think we lose this game. 17-6.
It just feels like a week 18 score for the Seahawks. Like going into the playoffs all depressed and shit.
Sebastian Janikowski game-winning field goal. No prediction.
We bring him back too. Jason Myers pulled his hammy. Hey, Seabass.
He's in the stands for some reason. Jason Myers.
I think like
he goes, and he pulls his hammy. and he's like done for his career. That's the career-ending injury. Right?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Jason Myers had a pulled hammy.
Oh.
He's done.
Dude, you think like half of like the old Seahawks players are just season ticket holders like waiting to get called by Pete mid-game?
Walter Jones.
Yeah.
Dwayne Brown's down. Well, get in here.
Like Brandon Browner's just like there. Hey, come here. We need a DB. Trey Brown hurt. Yeah.
But anyways, yeah. Seahawks will lose this game.
I think we win, actually. I don't know.
I think, once again, I think we split the division. Right down the middle, we split the division.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fair, right? Fair. It's a fair guess.
So, I have the Seahawks going 12-5 and winning the division. Or it being very close with the Rams. Like, I think the Seahawks and the Rams are neck and neck the whole year. Actually, no. I'll predict them to be a wild card team because we lost two to the Rams. So I think the Seahawks make the wild card. I think they're the 5 seed. I saw somebody say that the Seahawks wouldn't make the playoffs, and I just thought that was absolutely ridiculous.
I need some of what Cynthia Freeland is smoking.
Yeah, I need
He said the Bears and the Cowboys are wild card teams over the Seahawks. And the Rams. She had the Rams at 7 wins.
Yeah, no, she's smoking something very illegal in this country.
Yeah, like extremely.
It's just a mix of like every drug.
It's like
Bears making the playoffs.
Bears. Is that?
Yeah, I know.
Trevor Lawrence MVP season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, you know what? I think Tim Tebow comes back. It's just insane.
Like George Kittle type stats.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tim Tebow's out there making one-handed catches.
1,200 yards. Yeah. Tim Tebow, like, can you imagine though, like, honestly, this is a little off track. Can you imagine, like, what week we play Jaguars?
We play, like, week
1,
8.
2, 3,
week
4.
8.
Week 8, like, dude, like, goal line fade, they just throw it up to Tebow. Tebow, like, left-handed Mosses, like, Trey Brown or something, and instead of, like, flexing, he's like, Jesus loves you. Ugh. And then they just, like.
He T-bows. He catches the touchdown and he T-bows over Trey Brown. He puts his knee right on Trey Brown's, like, ankle. And he's like, yeah.
And then Trey Brown's like, oh, my God. And then like, this 34-year-old white tight end is just going insane. That's just
Seahawks
something
Twitter would erupt if Tim Tebow caught a touchdown on us. I'm
Dude.
just saying, but
yeah,
like
we'd be broken.
overall, I think that we are set up pretty well this season. I think our team's better. I
Yeah.
think that our team is. I think that we're looking real nice here. I think that we're looking real nice, and I think
Yeah.
we're gonna go far in the playoffs.
Yeah. I can see
No,
that.
I don't predict that the Seahawks will go far in the playoffs. I can't. I predict
I'm
that
the
the
jinxer.
Seahawks
No, just so
will
we're clear,
be
I'm the
in the
jinxer.
playoffs.
They will lose round 1.
The Seahawks will lose to the Chicago Bears week 16 and will be eliminated from the playoffs. But
Yeah.
I think the Seahawks will easily
Honestly, no,
not go
really
17-0.
quick before we finish. I just gotta say, I think we actually go 0-17. I'm not predicting a win for the Seahawks. I'm a jinxer. We go 0-17. Loss. All of these are
Yeah,
losses.
just
We don't sit the
across the board.
The Jets get the #1 overall pick. It's madness. It's absolute madness.
The Jets win the Super Bowl
The Jets win absolutely
against
Zach
the New
Wilson.
York Giants. The New York Bull. Everything falls
We're
into place.
living in
Cleveland sucks again. They get the first pick.
We're in the fumble dimension. Just everything is just flipped upside down. Tim Tebow is all pro tight end. Like, dude,
Tim Tebow's still playing for the Broncos at this point. Tim Tebow
got traded back to the Broncos
as a quarterback. He wins MVP.
Yes,
with a 5,100 yards.
Doesn't even run the ball, just throws. Like, he's just dropping laser beams all over.
He's right-handed all of a sudden.
Yeah, he's right-handed.
He's like a laser.
He's got like a perfect
cannon.
release with his right hand. They're like, why did we never think about this?
He's like a total beast. But no, we kind of got sidetracked about this episode, but it was fun. We talked a lot about kind of what the Seahawks are. Drop your record prediction in the comments. This is going to be a weird year again, and rookie mini camps and all that is getting started back up. So if y'all have a prediction or a bold prediction like I had, Mr. Bold Prediction Sam over here.
Mr. 8 career-ending injuries in week 17.
In week 18, actually.
Oh, my bad. They get to play football for another week. My fault.
And I think Sebastian Janikowski comes in the fourth quarter. Russ gets benched. Sebastian Janikowski comes in the fourth quarter, plays quarterback, wins the game.
Throws a touchdown. Yeah, yes.
Wins the game on the last play of the game.
All the things
on the last play of the game, he has Will Disley wide open in the end zone. He overthrows him and he pulls his hand.
Out of all the things you said, the one that caught me the most off guard was when we were talking about the Lions. You're like, yeah, Michael Brockers like 4 sacks.
Dude, what? Michael Brockers goes off against the Seahawks. All right,
goes insane. Goes absolutely demon.
Bro, once again, drop anything in the comments if you have anything to say. If you think Russ is going to win MVP with 50 touchdowns, we slandered him at one point in this episode. Go ahead, say that.
Oh, not we. You, Russ is my boy. I can't be slandering Russ. Can't do it. He's my boy.
All right. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Listen to this podcast wherever you get your podcasts, whether that be Apple or Spotify or, as I mentioned, YouTube or Google Podcasts. Literally anywhere you look for podcasts, this will be there. He Always Competes Seahawks podcast. Signing out. Peace.